Hello everyone. Today let's talk about how to get away with theft. So, okay, maybe we're not talking about exactly how to get away with theft. However, I'd like to talk about theft in general. I think a lot of things in law enforcement as well as laws in general get very convoluted. So what I'd like to do is demystify that for you and give a very down and dirty explanation as to what these crimes are at their baseline level. Now, 60, this is not your normal content. What's happening here, man? This isn't Ready or Not. This is IRL. What's going on? Are you in danger? No, my friends, I am just very invigorated by this topic because I was recently burgled. So I'd like to try to explain things to people that are in similar situations that really don't know what's going on. Because from an outsider standpoint, all of this stuff is very convoluted. For some of you, it may be incredibly simple, but either way, I'd like to explain. Call it cop-splaining, if you will. So for theft, let's go to the definition itself in the Texas Penal Code. Now, this will vary from state to state, but for Texas, since I live in Texas and work in Texas, I'm going to use Texas's Penal Code definitions. So theft, a person commits an offense if he unlawfully appropriates property with the intent to deprive the owner of property. Now, what does that mean? That means I took your stuff without asking you, and basically I don't want you to have it back. I want it. So 60, what you're saying is that it's quite possible for someone that's wanting to borrow something, or perhaps even the individual may have lost something, is trying to return it, gets in trouble. Nay, my friend, nay. You gotta have the intent to deprive them of that object. If you don't have the intent to deprive them of that object, you ain't got a crime. Looking further down the list, appropriation of property is unlawful if it is without the owner's effective consent. The property is stolen and the actor appropriates the property knowing it was stolen by another. So that means if you already know that the item is stolen and someone says, hey, here's some stolen items, do you want it? Your gut instinct should probably be no. So 60, but here's the thing, man. This doesn't explain your situation of getting burgled. You're talking about just theft here. What does that mean? There you go, my friend. That's the question. Because theft is its own offense. However, burglary is also its own separate offense, but includes theft inside of its offense. So let's go through burglary real quick. A person commits an offense if without the effective consent of the owner, the person enters a habitation or a building or any portion of a building not then open to the public with intent to commit a felony, theft, or an assault. So what that means is that if that person is going into a habitation or a building with the intent to take something, i.e. my stuff, then that is considered burglary. But 60, come on, why does it matter? What does it matter? Burglary, theft, like it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? It doesn't matter. They're all just crimes, right? Yeah. That's again where you get it wrong, my friend. You see, the punishments for burglary are more extreme than the ones that are associated with just theft. Because in the state of Texas, there's something known as the theft ladder. So for theft under $100, meaning the items involved are worth less than $100, that crime is considered a Class C misdemeanor. Basically, kind of like a traffic ticket, but can incur up to a $500 fine. But literally, if someone walks out of a store with $98 of goods, we can just cut them a Class C ticket and be on our way. Now, do we do that? No, we want to get them arrested and handcuffed and all that good stuff so we can get their fingerprints and really identify them as a less than morally upstanding individual. So going up the ladder, we have $100 to $750. That is a Class B misdemeanor. And now we get to the point where my valuables are considered worth within $750 to $2,500. That's only considered a Class A misdemeanor. But since these silly willies decided to enter a building and then make a theft, it at minimum is considered a state jail felony, which means they could go to the lockup for around 180 days to 2 years. So kind of a big difference. So 60, I'm currently dealing with a theft of my own. What's the whole process? What do I need to do? Well, first off, report it to your local police. Obviously, get the items that you know are taken and write them all down. If you've got serial numbers for the things that were taken, write those down too. Get the value of those items and the total value of all the items taken. This will help out investigators immensely. Also, if there's any cameras in the area where the crime occurred, try and see if you can get that footage, because all that information the detective's probably going to do anyway. So might as well help him out a little bit and try to get the crime solved faster. Being realistic here, what's going to happen with my items that were taken? Realistically, they're probably going to go on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. Either that or a pawn shop. And in the state of Texas, pawn shop owners have 21 days to hold the item, so that way police can investigate and try to find the stolen items. So if you got any pawn shops in the area, might want to try to find those and see if they have your items. Now, most pawn shops are not going to want to be super cooperative. So one of the first things you want to do is walk in there as a customer and see if they have any of those items on display. And then if you can't really find anything on the shelves or anything like that, you can try and ask the people at the front if they know anything about your items. Again, strong likelihood they're just going to tell you, hey, you need to talk to the police. What can you do? And again, here's the thing. You got to have a little faith in your detective that's actually taken over your case. They genuinely do have a vested interest in trying to get your case solved. They also have a multitude of different tools in order to search and try to find your items that are being sold, whether it be in a pawn shop or online. This is done through a little website called Leads Online. Leads Online makes it super easy for law enforcement to search up any of the items that were stolen, including the serial numbers, really, really quickly. But 60, I still don't have my items with me. I am at a loss, a pecuniary loss of a lot of monies. Yes, my friend, I understand. That sucks. Again, I'm going through the same thing right now too. It's not fun at all. I'm especially going through the hem of it because a lot of that stuff that was stolen was military stuff, and the military doesn't like when their stuff gets stolen. But that's also what you have insurance for. So if you have homeowners insurance or renters insurance and it covers property, file a claim. That's why you pay for it. That's what it's there for. Man, use it. Now, granted, your deductible might not be too great, but generally what the insurance company is going to do is they're going to take the total amount of the items and then take away the amount of money they need for the deductible. Like in my case, I'm probably going to end up owing around $2,000 in the military. But what's going to end up happening is that those $2,000, 500 of those dollars is going to be taken out for the deductible. So I'm going to be out a little bit of money, but not as much if I was doing it without insurance. So anyway, I know this is a weird video. I know it's a different video, but I also just, I wanted to do something a little different than just Ready or Not all the time. As much as I love that game, and as much as, all new stuff's coming out for it, I'm so freaking excited. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff along the way. I know I've been gone, guys. I've been dealing with this sort of stuff as well as personal life stuff going on. So I haven't been as interactive as I want to be. But if you enjoyed this video, consider giving a like and a subscribe. Also consider joining us over on the Discord. The link will be down in the description below. And as always, remember our sole objectives. Stop the killing, stop the dying. I'll see y'all later.